welcome to Dallas, Texas for Week 8 of the 2024 AVP League. It's time for our second matchup of the night as Billy Allen and Paul Lotman and the Austin Aces are taking on the LA Launch and TNT. Troy Field and Tim Bomgren are ready to take. They may not be able to find themselves in the top 4 quite yet in terms of a win here. However, they could seal the fate of the LA Launch with a 2-0 victory as the women picked up the win. A second win would eliminate LA completely from the championships. They would no longer have a look in as the top 4 teams make our final week. From today, hi everyone, Cameron Irwin alongside DC Patterson, the Olympian. This is a primed matchup, so much at stake between these two teams, and both teams having to kind of deal with a couple of things coming into this. What is this going to come down to? Yeah, it's basically come down to a battle between Paul and Troy, right? Paul recovering from that like minor kind of injury with the quad tendon, and then, you know, Troy not feeling his best. I got some insider info that he's not feeling great. And struggled a little in practice, but he's feeling better now, of course, probably pumped up, got some meds in him. But adrenaline as well.
Adrenaline. You know, hit a line bounce, everyone cheers, you feel real good. So, but I feel like that's what's going to be the determinator between these two teams, is that it's going to be Paul and Troy, and who can survive whatever they have going on right now. Team TNT does have the slight advantage here with a 2-1 series. This could be very interesting, though, as there are some injuries and some health in question, but this is what matters most. The Austin Aces look to eliminate LA in this matchup.
And here we go, Launch Aces round 2. First, the boys for the LA Launch, wearing the #1, standing 6 feet 3 inches tall. Out of Wisconsin, Eau Claire, it's Timmy Bomgren. And his partner wearing the #2, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. Out of Dana Point, California, put your hands together for Troy Field. And their opponents, the Austin Aces, wearing the #1, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, out of CSUN. Go Matadors, give it up for Billy Allen. And his partner wearing the #2, standing 6 feet 6 inches tall, from Long Beach State, it's Paul Lotman.
Casey Patterson and I are still up here trying to create those Austin Aces handshakes. Those are next level as you look AV League and competition format. We play to 15 points in each of the sets. You must win by 2, of course, and just 1 team timeout per set. Billy out this line now. The Austin Aces in red on the left side of your screen. Tim Bomgren and Troy Field for the LA Launch on the right.
Oh, barely out. That's 3 inches out. It's going to be interesting to see, I feel like, knowing they both have a partner that might need some help, to see how well they can help each other as partners with the Tim and Billy. What do they do to alleviate some stress, and how they can kind of level up the team when we're not 100%.
Well, the anxiety might already be rising for Troy Field to his direction, unable to handle that first contact.
Passing is hard enough as it is when you feel amazing. Whoa, okay, all right, Troy.
And he says, enough of that, I just got to get the first to my partner. Side set from Tim Bomgren.
Just a deep bounce, got a nice pocket back there. A little souvenir for the crowd, front row.
Man, aren't we happy to see Team TNT back together. They've played 15 total AVP events since 2019. They got away from each other, but reunited this season.
Out of here, let's go.
And made it all the way to the league. Again, to earn your right into the league, you had to win either a Heritage Series event or find yourselves in the top 8 teams on both the men's and the women's side.
Yeah, they got like a third in Huntington, I think, and then another third in what, Chicago, the last one.
That's correct. They had a third in Chicago. And finished with the third in Huntington Beach. Manhattan Beach was a bit more of a struggle for that duo.
That's because I was coaching them. I got in the way.
Oh, no, Casey. Yep. That's your fault, man.
You could just tell I was like, I didn't do much besides warm them up and give them just confidence, just feed them with confidence. But I could tell that, you know, Manhattan's also a different animal. You play different at Manhattan because there's so much on the line besides everything else going on.
Who needs positive self-talk when you got Casey Patterson in your box?
It's like, Troy, your hair looks amazing. What a scoop by Billy.
Go, go, go.
Oh, it's too sharp.
He tries to pair it off, but what a dig. Billy Allen had an incredible week in week 7. Just one hitting error in all of their matches played.
Yeah, he always has been a high percentage type of player who doesn't, not a lot of flash, right? He just gets the job done, goes to work. He's been a solid AVP star for a long time.
Come on.
Look at that. He's trying to push us to the limit here. And no hitting error, but it was a half-inch away from one. That's how good he is.
I'm hearing boos in the crowd.
I know.
I don't know if I've heard a crowd quite like this. The Comerica Center has really showed up tonight. There's heckling in full effect. That's a unique approach.
Oh, Timmy's there.
No, Tim Bomgren.
Double lefties.
What
Wow.
a save from Troy Field.
Oh, over on one, either on accident or for real. Oh,
And
okay.
the set over.
Back set, Tom.
This is getting cheeky.
Oh.
Billy Allen with the shovel over the top.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. What a rundown by Timmy. And Troy with the left, not even left-handed. That was incredible. Oh, Paul on full accident sends that one over on one. Troy just gave Billy that early look for the on one too soon.
What a rally between the LA Launch and the Austin Aces. This is just set 1.
Yeah.
He's just a high flyer.
Fine. He's fine. He probably feels fine, and he lied to me to pump him up, to get him excited.
Like, he is the AVP logo. Like, that
Yeah.
is Troy Field just hanging out at the top of his vert.
He jumps so high, and he's got the cool, almost like Stafford slick did that too, where they kick their feet up really high, so it looks just like the logo. I always dragged my feet, so it didn't look as high. What a pass!
Chicken wing off the first.
Drive-by chicken nugget. That's called eating your kids' leftovers. You're falling over, you gotta eat it so they don't get in trouble from mom. Hurry and grab that chicken nugget that's half eaten. Okay, I'll grab it. Little barbecue sauce, boop. Incredible. And with only one good leg. Amazing.
Paul Lotman showing off the golden arches.
Do you hear that? I love it. Talking about big rich riches.
I hope our crowd is mic'd up as much as we are, because the heckling is even happening for the commentators after this ace serve from Paul Lotman.
Paul must have heard that. He's like, I'll give Richie an ace here for how buff he is.
Paul Lotman, one of the best servers in league play.
Ooh. Troy's feeling good. Logan, I want to explain why Paul Lotman's, why his serve is so good. He has such a good flat trajectory that it's hard. You can't let the ball go out because he hits it so deep and flat. There isn't a big difference visually, so it's hard to get a read on it and let it go.
He's just second in aces per set at just under 1, only behind Anthony Benish. And I was wondering if it was going to come down to Paul Lotman and the service pressure, because it's a huge part of their game, and considering what he's dealing with from the knee perspective, I go, is he going to do it from the service line?
Right, yeah, that's a good indicator of how good he's feeling, because he can control the variables there and kind of ease his knee and how it feels and kind of push it however much you want to. So I think that, that's a great indicator of their success, is his aggressiveness from that line.
He's also in about the top 5 or 6 in blocks per set, just under 1 as well. Troy Field is just above him, so in terms of these primetime matchups, blockers, Troy Field is showcasing some skill as well.
Yeah, and 2 different types of blockers too. They're almost like polar opposites.
Yeah.
Troy is very delayed. He floats and he blocks a lot of things really far outside his body. So he shows you something with his body and then he reaches away from that. And then Paul is very structured and disciplined, so you'll never get anything past him. If you're trying to swing, he's going to get you.
Yeah, LA Launch men are 1-5 through league play. The opposite side 3-3 for Allen and Lotman, coming off a huge win in week 7 over the New York Nitro. As that is a huge reason why Paul Lotman with the block.
Yeah, well, what? Troy passes kind of in front of him, he goes back, so Timmy sets him up and down right behind him, and normally you kind of wonder where he's going to go. Paul just stays super disciplined and over.
I mean, that's what you want from a blocker, right? You look immediately to
Yes.
blocks per set and aces per set.
Yes.
Are they bringing it in those 2 phases?
Yeah, that's what you dream of as a defender. Can I get one of those?
For TNT, they have played in more close matches than anyone else.
Right, and they, as according to the stat, they need to lose the first set to have a chance at winning in 3. That's their whole flow.
5 of their 6 matches have gone to 3.
Line.
They've only been able to pick up 1 of those wins, as there's a good dig from Bomgren.
Oh,
Off the
stop sign.
heel of the hand,
Oh!
and he just left a mark on the toe of Troy Field. No one can kick save like you. Come on,
No.
man.
Look at this. That's just the old club volleyball. Set me the 2-ball with nobody up, hitting lines. Absolute hammer. Ooh, almost would have been better if he let it go off his knee. He would have had it.
Setting that ball to the roof. Trying to work their way back in.
Yeah, that's something that they're constantly working on, actually. When I coach them in Manhattan, they're really trying to fine-tune where Troy wants his set. I think normally Timmy pushed it a little bit farther out for his brother Brian or other partners, and Troy, like I do, likes it a lot more directly in front of him in the middle. So I think that's something they've constantly been like tweaking.
The defensive pull from the net and the execution for the Austin Aces. So watch out for where that set goes, to Casey's point, for Troy Field. He's seen the majority of side-out pressure.
Yeah, Troy's such a high flyer that he can get away with being a little bit early, but as long as the ball's on his hitting arm, he can deal. If not, it's always a struggle to put that ball over your left side.
Dragging his platform back there, huge jump in, and that set is just too tight. And I want to go back to those 3-set competitions for the LA Launch, because this is what's wild. 17 sets played. That's what they've had thus far, this being their 18th. 10 of those have been decided by 2 points. 14 of those 17 by 3 points or less.
Every one of their games has been a nail-biter.
Airborne off the first.
Oh.
Paintbrush.
I mean, Paul goes that inside out down the line with his serve, a little right to left, or left to right, sorry, and it kind of the banana shape towards the sideline, and then Troy hits it with an absolute sidewinder scud. It's 2 funky contacts on that play.
The sidewinder scud. Set way outside of the antenna, but still coming away with a kill. That's Paul Lotman, the Olympian.
Yeah, that's years of hitting on the pin on that left side. Just waiting, out hanging the blockers and tooling them in the side of the arms or the elbows.
Billy Allen has been nearly perfect from the service line, just 1 in terms of aces, but still looking to just put that ball to the opposite side, trust the defense, as they are now at set point. Again, the Austin Aces, if they pick up a second win against the LA Launch, eliminate the Launch from the championships. Option from the lefty, and a backhanded slap finisher.
Wow.
Paul Lotman picking up the final.
That was like the bride throwing the flowers to the bridesmaids. The flick, the reverse flick over the shoulder.
It's like what my dad used to do in intramural play. That's why he got kicked out. 15-7 in that first set. Let's send it now to Rich Lamborn with Kristen Nuss.
Win in your match, gutsy comeback. Your guy, Paul Lotman, gutting it out on half a leg. What do you think about your guy?
Very impressive. I mean, Paul and Billy, it's been a pleasure this season getting to know them and just getting to know them as players. We know, we trust them. They're going to go out, they're going to perform, and we're happy to be on their team.
Who makes the merch, and where do I get some?
This is actually a company back home, Gus Willie. They designed it, and I don't know. It's kind of a one-of-a-kind. I don't know if it's for purchase, but yeah, huge shout-out, Gus, Billy. Thank you guys for putting this together because it's pretty awesome.
It is awesome, so it's going to be a collector's item. We can maybe get replicas somewhere down the road.
Yeah, maybe at some point, maybe for our charity Sand in the Sand event, we can put it up for raffle. So hopefully that can be for raffle, and we can help with some fundraising for charity.
All right. Thank you so much, Kristen, and good luck to the Aces.
Big A. That's Kristen Nuss. And by the way, that's just a Billy Allen shirt. Keep making the mix.
Yeah.
And how about a little donkey race? This is a different approach. Usually they go around. They're just going like straight
Look
through.
at our guy with the almost like the cruise ship size chain around his neck.
Is that a Care Bear?
It is, a Care Bear stare. It's the pink Care Bear with the heart.
He may have bigger biceps than Rich Lamborn.
Yeah, we need to have a measure. We need to measure him. Rich's are bigger, but just for content's sake, we need to measure.
I love the fact that Rich is listening to us and now
he looked
currently
over.
sizing up.
Yeah, the smirk, like adorable that you think they're the same. I love it. He didn't even try to go low. He just stayed tall the whole time.
Staying tall. I like it. A little extra fun between sets here, between the Austin Aces. All right, let's get back to business because there is plenty at stake.
Yeah.
To play in the championships in this inaugural AVP league is an honor in itself, and right now the LA Launch are in a predicament. They have to pick up a win, otherwise they are out. From a mentality standpoint, how do you approach this next set?
Yeah, this isn't anything new for Tim and Troy. They're a gritty, grovelly team who can compete against anybody, and they know that, and they know they can beat anybody. So for me, it's almost like they're almost more comfortable right now knowing that, you know, their chance to go to the finals is on the line, and they're going to bring everything they can. Right, like right now, they're going to split block. They're going to do everything they can to get this win.
The finals will play out next week in Los Angeles. We will have 2 semifinal matchups on Saturday, November 9th, and then a third-place match as well as the championship match on November 10th. We'll break it down as to how that will play out as this match continues. There's the good snap right through the middle.
Yeah, Paul going high indoor style, high hands. That's a safe, consistent swing that even if it does get blocked, it's more of like a touch deflection than a straight down block.
That's the set he was looking for, but the errors still climbing.
It looked like Troy kind of wanted Timmy to go on 2 maybe, just because that pass actually was a really perfect spot for him to have that option. So it might have been just a little late to that. Yeah, this is where Troy's got to, you go from, you know, being a guy that might not be getting served to getting every ball. You have to establish your really high level, I like to call it B game. My game I know I can do for an entire tournament and not get exhausted, but at a really high efficiency.
That also helps.
Yeah, and then I need my partner, right? Because, I mean, it's kind of funny thinking about this game in general. If I don't side out super well, things like this, like Timmy serving an ace, it doesn't happen because you're too stressed out and you're too like anxious to force a way to score, where if you side out really consistently, those things become exciting and fun, and you get to experiment and be free from the service line. And then you're finding blocks, you're finding digs. So this whole game, especially the 15, it's all about your side-out efficiency because it gives you all the confidence you need.
Troy Field trying to work from his 100 efficiency. And as a team, 130 point. But here is a look to the first set stats. You talked about the efficiency.
Yeah, you can't go out and make plays on defense and be free from the service line if you're, you know, find your side-out game. And that's something that I feel like they're going to do here in this second game, and it'll be fine. They'll start to develop all those extra things that come with siding out well.
Maybe we need to take a timeout and send you back to the
I need to go talk
coaches box real quick.
Yeah.
Let's just take a mic with you. We'll get a real-time coaches interview
yeah,
from the guy himself. Bomgren with a southpaw now standing at the net.
Oh,
he tries to find the Kong.
Almost had the Kong with the lefty. Oh, that would have been sick. There's nothing better than getting a Kong block. It feels like it should be worth at least 2 when you get one.
I think that's fair. Maybe we add some different point scoring systems.
Yeah, like a power up.
How much is a kick save?
Oh, that's got to be a 2-pointer too.
Paul Lotman showcasing his skill up at the net.
Yeah, see how Paul doesn't, if we show that replay, he doesn't reach super high to be up there with Troy. He stays low and sealed and lets Troy go past him.
Well, Lotman, the 6'6" blocker, trying to steal the line there. And that is just a set gone awry.
Just absolute dunk. No, I mean, great defense by Paul and Billy. So they're playing very simple and almost letting Troy overthink it. And then Timmy just going peekaboo, eyes over. Must be nice, Tim. Wish I could get that high still.
We got a box up where you could stand on.
Yeah, just put me on a girl's net. I'll look like that.
Going back to the service line, Tim Bomgren. One of the most consistent guys you will find on the beach. You always know what to expect when you have Tim Bomgren out there.
Yeah, he's consistent foundation type player. You can just count on him always being there, being able to show up and make big plays. Keeps his emotion very balanced, so you don't feel like it's a roller coaster.
Early stages of his career, you got a chance to see him play alongside his brother Brian.
Yeah.
The duo out of Minnesota, as there's another ace. This one with a little help from the net.
And it's funny, sometimes when you have a leg injury, you get really good at your hand, and your hand's super dialed.
Well, on the side switch, here's Rich Lamborn.
Kylie DeBerg, we are well lit, and we're talking about your expectation up into your next match.
Yeah, it should be fun. We have an awesome crowd here. It's our home event, so we're just looking to bring some fire.
And you guys kind of control your own destiny. You're in a pretty good position. Does that kind of help your mindset going into that match?
I mean, a little bit. Still got a lot of pressure to perform well and play well, but free and have fun.
Is it fun to ride horses like Miles Partain and Andy Benish all season long?
They're great. They're doing fantastic. Yeah, they're great.
Do you like the horses analogy since?
Yeah, you caught me off guard for a second.
Thanks, ladies, and good luck.
Both of them going, wait a second.
We are leading this. Yeah, we're carrying this team.
The Dallas Dream and the San Diego Smash will be next up, as this rally turns out to be an extended one. 8-5 for the Aces. And that is sent right back.
Timmy with the pillow fight. That little short court pillow fight, and Timmy with the running offhand slap.
Watch out for the goose feathers. Tim Bomgren gets himself up at the net as well. A little split blocking action for those two.
Yeah. You can't call a throw or a weird swing. You're like, ref, that's my offhand. I swung as hard as I could.
Field from the middle. That is a huge last jump into his approach.
Yeah, I feel like Troy starts getting into that rhythm like that where he can get Paul and keep him in front of him and then start to use his range. He's going to get real comfy. Good scrappy play again.
The high line, like Billy Allen, just continuing to find points over the top.
Yeah, it's so hard for these guys, but Tim and Troy are trying to find something that's going to work and give him a few points. Paul siding out effortlessly, and then going at Billy, it feels the same, but then you have to deal with a on-2 option. So it just comes into this, being able to side out is going to be able to open that up, and that's a tough one.
Oh, they just stole one because that set over was a thank you very much for the Austin Aces, but they don't pay it off.
It's the beauty of the super, super late pull where you just hit the panic button on the attacker.
Billy Allen gets blocked. I mean, how do you stop somebody that swings so high and deep into the court?
Yeah, you have to just, there's actually a system to that. The Herrera, I'm saying their name wrong, Herrera and Gavira from
there you
Spain.
go, you got it.
I got it. They just hammered the ball, and so I would just go sit early and let them know I'm there. That's how you stop a guy that hammers. Because you kind of almost show them sooner, so that way you get comfy in the pocket.
We just want to test out your pronunciation skills. A little tongue twister. The Austin Aces dealing with a little bit of the
low poke.
The drop poke.
That should be like a 1.5 point, right? It's worth just for flash.
Style points.
Yeah.
Tom Selleck to serve.
Whoa! Oh, everybody in the crowd doesn't like it, but the refs didn't let it go.
Troy Field didn't even jump in protest.
Well, he just listened to the crowd. You're right, it's illegal.
I love this crowd. They're all on top of this official.
It's funny because although we don't see all the, I mean, to be honest, that wasn't a terrible set. It's just not perfect. And so we talked about that a lot with the refs. Like, listen, there's a bar that's set which is absolutely perfect, and that's where everyone thinks it has to live all the time when that's not true. There's a huge variance in a clean set, but not perfect, right? And that, for me, felt like a good set, just not perfect. So it's almost startling when you see it spin just a little bit.
Well, that set was perfect.
Yeah, and look at Troy. That's how you do it, looking at the ref. That's a good set.
Tim Bomgren putting on a clinic.
I feel like that was something that was created for beach volleyball just so that we could add a little drama, right? The variables of each ref has a different version of what's clean and what isn't.
Yeah.
Took it out of the indoor game.
Yeah, you don't have to think about it anymore. It's almost better. Oh, we almost had that on the split block.
Work through the split block quickly. What is it?
Split block is when you line up on the hitter's shoulder, but instead of blocking line or angle, both arms are way outside your body, taking the low hit back, so the low angle or seam, and then the turn back line low. And you're giving away that high flat middle.
We like to confuse everyone with two different definitions for what a split block is.
Oh, right. Yeah.
There's the shot from Troy
Wow.
Field.
Jeez, he's been hitting the tricep pull downs in the gym, just that little bit of finish. That little bit of hold at the end for the horseshoe on the tricep. Just push it out, yeah. And then you have the retract knot net. Perfect form.
Bringing back the claw, Troy Field.
And the hair looks perfect. Oh, amazing.
LA launch within one. Again, they must have this second set and this match.
There's Timmy.
High set.
There it is.
Transitioning to the defensive play is Billy Allen. He's not able to fend this one off.
Timmy's so good at sitting in the pocket and digging heat. He's so good at that. And just the like gentlemanly stare down. Just I'm looking across, but in reality he wants to stare down, but that was just the gentleman in him wouldn't let him.
Tying up this second set at 12 apiece. The Austin Aces say, all right, let's slow things down right now. What's going to be the target here against the LA launch? You go right back to Troy Field?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say that the launch need to serve, I'd say just off the right side down the middle. You don't want to give him the option to go in at Billy. Billy just feels calm. You want to almost play with the middle, serve a little bit, and then just kind of be athletes and be in the moment.
A look to what's coming up this evening. Again, Casey Patterson, Cameron Irwin breaking it down for you as Tony Rodriguez and Gina Urango will be coming up next. You can see them warming up now on our court. They'll face off against Kylie DeBerg and Haley Harward, who we just caught up with alongside Rich Lamborn. The Dallas Dream, the home team. Will Dallas back them here at the Comerica Center as Chase Budinger will face off against yet another daunting task, the only unbeaten team in league play. Andy Benish and Miles Partain, a perfect 6-0.
And they get to finish at home court advantage with a rowdy Dallas crowd. That's what everybody wants.
This crowd is rowdy. Mark Sherman's out there trying to toss out.
He's throwing all my leftover
balls.
Yeah, and leftover Halloween candy, the stuff I didn't want. No,
that's all the almond joys.
Yeah.
What a pull.
Oh, that's for you, Dallas. You know you want it.
Windmill.
You know you want it. That's for you. Listen, he's ultimately a showman. No moment's bigger than putting on a show. And that's the beauty of Troy Field. What a set by Timmy. Effortless.
The arm extended, the full windmill.
Now just a little trickle ace. That'd be so fun.
Taking the lead, the LA launch. You almost had it.
Dang it.
He's still got power in that arm.
Yeah, Billy has so much range. You have to respect his angle, late swing. You just got to go sit over there a little bit earlier and then hope he doesn't hit a perfect blind shot.
Must win by 2. Aces have set one. The right decision for Paul Lotman.
Out.
He took pace off.
He did. He slowed it down to make sure to put it in. But I think the good thing about this is that Tim and Troy made such a late move that little peak late caused that hesitation to wrap it confidently down the line.
The women's matchup went to 3. Will the men's matchup? The LA launch with set point. Good serve, Paul Lotman. Finds a second error, and the LA launch are hanging on by a thread.
Right where they like it. I knew it. That's where they perform best. They finally turned the switch on.
15-13, set 2 belonging to the West Coast team of the LA launch. Trying to stay alive here. Set 3 coming soon. The AVP League is brought to you by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP.
How about a little magic, huh?
The Austin Aces looking to dash the dreams of the LA launch in this third set. Tim Bomgren, Troy Field with a standout performance in the second set. And you can see the focus there for Paul Lotman and Billy Allen. These two, how do they take on against LA launch right now? This is a must-have situation for that duo.
Yeah, well, you see LA launch side out a little bit better. They got a little more confident. They hit spots on their serve. They won a couple of those bang-bang rallies, right? And then it just becomes easier and easier to find points because it feels like things are starting to go your way, whether you force them or they just happen. So all the good vibes are going that way. It's going to be clutch now to see how they react when there's a little adversity to start out of that and keep the momentum that they felt like they had in the second set. Because what, the hitting percentage is much better. It's over doubled since the first set, right?
Yeah, in terms of set 1 to set 2, Field and Bomgren hit just 154 in the first, while Allen and Lotman hit 600. In terms of the second set, things shifted completely. It was 438 for Field and Bomgren, and then Allen and Lotman were at 294. These numbers are a combination of the two, which indicate exactly that, how close these two teams have been through the first two.
Yeah, and it was mostly just those last two. I can't even remember very many errors leading up in that second set besides a couple blocks.
And to your point, the errors mounted in terms of 3 in set 2 for Allen and Lotman.
Yes.
That's what Troy should do every time. That high middle where no one can block it or dig it, it's untouchable.
You want to go give him a little scouting report for this set 3?
Hey, I know you're not feeling 100%, but go jump as high as you can.
When was the last time you saw Billy Allen shank a pass like that?
Last time I played him, I think. Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow,
No,
so smooth,
I want
Casey.
to get my shots in. He is one of the all-time passers. His
One of
form
the
is so
greatest
dialed.
passers.
He's so good.
I think he was just stunned he saw one.
Yeah.
Line.
Ooh, see, there's Troy. Big move, late, outside of his body, reaching low line.
He was dripping those hands over the net. Look at
Yeah.
this.
So good, just making sure. See, Paul kind of reads his body a little bit closer, but then because Troy's right arm is outside of his shoulder width, those are the ones you feel like you have when you're a hitter.
Come on.
Timely on the defensive play. Ooh. The split block sends the ball all the way to the stands. Go back to split block. We have a system of split blocking, but then also the technique of split blocking.
Good scoop by Timmy. Look at that layout. That's a Sarah Hughes type, photo shoot shot right there. Yeah, the split block is when you go as wide as possible to take the turn back. It's usually when a player's off the net a little bit and they have to go lower to go fast. And so you would take away both options so that the defender has time to kind of float middle and play something that's loopy over the block versus under.
Another bouncing swing from Troy Field.
His timing's really good right now. He's behind it. He sees everything.
He's only taking cuts at the ball at this point. Does he just keep going to it?
Yeah, I think you just keep doing it.
How about you just keep doing that?
The leverage angle.
Owning the net is Troy Field.
The old show and take. Good. Look at that reach way outside of his body. Lands all contorted because he's leveraging so hard into the angle.
The LA Launch to a quick start. 5-1 here in set 3.
Great short serve.
Line! Come on, take touch.
There's the shot and another great touch.
Oh, he got it. The grenade, the baby grenade. I love it.
Great sound effects as that one, the free ball killed to the corner.
Good move by Timmy. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Offhand layout scoop. Troy holding as long as possible just to get them to hesitate. What? That either you're a hero or you blow it out and you're just like, oh.
All right, let's go down to Rich Lamborn. I think he's with some pretty happy women from LA.
Fighter at the end of set 2, but your guys are rolling, keeping hopes alive here. What are our thoughts?
They have the momentum right now. We just got to keep making plays.
Yeah, this is exciting stuff. Everything's still in play for the championship weekend. This is big for you guys. What are we thinking?
Yeah, we think one game at a time. We're cheering on our boys. They're playing at a high level.
Do you send them kind of telepathic vibes at all?
No.
No? No's acceptable.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a crazy test, and you passed. Good luck, guys.
I love it. Understand that the margins are very slim and their chances are as well in terms of finding themselves into the league, but there is still a possibility.
Yes.
I know it sounds stunning as they came in as the 7th place team in league standings, but
It's like that first sponsor that gives you the verbal commit, like, hey, we want to sponsor you, but it's not signed yet. You don't want to get too excited, but you know it's still on the table.
yeah,
So
I think we just stunned those two. They probably thought, well, we're done. We're over.
What do you mean?
81 possibilities in terms of scenarios working through this final week of league play. So for the Austin Aces, they played 2 3-set battles in week 7. They picked up 1 win over the New York Nitro. It was 6 sets played though.
Yeah.
This is not new territory for those two.
Yeah, this is their world. Unfortunately, I don't know if the camera showed it, but Troy fully rolled his ankle when he
line over.
Uh-oh.
Like
It looks
that.
like he's still moving.
It was like one of those like medium type tweaks where you know it's going to hurt a lot tomorrow, but keep it warm. Sometimes that adds to the hyper focus on blocking. I know I played a tournament with Jake Gibbs in Seattle where he didn't eat food the entire time because he was throwing up, and he had more blocks than I'd ever seen him because he was just so efficient.
It's like the flu game,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Pretty impressive performance thus far by the LA Launch. Think about them ending set 2 on a 5-1 run. They started this 3rd set on a 6-1 run.
Yeah, it came out hot. I think they're just so bummed about that last set by Billy, which I probably would have called if I am reffing. Just because of his body position.
Give it a whistle.
Yeah, when it's low and it's deep because you have to get contorted to the net and then it spins, that's the one I'm probably calling. If it's clean, everything looks good, I'm square, ball's high, like that's the one I'm gonna let him have. Hopefully the boys use it as fuel here to generate some more points.
The LA Launch looking to find set 3.
Come on, Tim.
It's a good shot. That's just, Paul has too much room here, too much room to just go flat and fast line. As a defender, you're just like, ugh, you feel so hopeless there. Nice.
Cross body.
I'm so stoked that he went on 2. I feel like that opens up a whole new world that Troy's going to need near the end of this set. Just enough of creating hesitation for Austin to not just commit on him every time if they're serving him.
Part of that chess match, opening up different offensive opportunities later in sets. The LA launch are primed.
Austin's feeling it right now. Good distance, vision. If I'm Timmy and Troy, I'm just talking to each other like, hey, we're fine. We're just going to ride this out, keep siding out, and we're going to find one.
Lotman taking some pace off the serve. And right back to
down
that
the middle.
seam.
Yeah. As a blocker, that's the ball you think about the least. Like, there's no way he's just going to go straight at me. He's going to go angle or line, right? And so you commit to one or the other. That's where a split block actually helps, like in that scenario where I'm taking away parts of the court that I normally wouldn't be.
The option from Billy Allen. Oh. Troy Field got a hand on it, but sends it wide.
Wow, what a good read by him. Lotman just bringing an absolute step close scud. Great swing. Even better read by Troy. He's just right there.
Austin Aces need to make a move. Right back up. No approach for Billy Allen. He says, my partner's got one, but a block and recovery. The finesse to the corner. Tim Bomgren once again sealing off the extended rally.
If Timmy was a superhero and you said, I'm going to give this guy a superpower, it's unbelievable digs in like crazy long rallies. Troy with an insane block there too, and then Timmy just finishing off with the deep pokey. His ability to dig those balls above his head, I've always been like so envious of that. Him, Ty Trambly are two guys that can dig over their heads so well.
Come on, come on!
There it is.
Come on now, throwing up the double hands and then the option from the sand.
That's the one Tri-Born does a lot too. He's good at that. He hides it, holds his hands up early, does like the pump fake, then hits it again.
I was going to say, Paul Lotman, it doesn't seem like he's elevating like he was at the beginning of the set from the service line.
You know, it goes back to that. If you're not siding out real pure, when you go back to serve, your mentality is that you have to almost do more than you think you do to create some sort of opportunities, and so it just starts tightening up. Oh my gosh, that's so close.
They're challenging this call. It's called inbounds by our line judge.
Wait.
It looked like it was flat enough to hit it on the way out, whether the ball mark shows in route because of the trajectory it was going so far left to right and flat. So they ask each other, okay, did you see the line move or sand splash?
Okay, don't point.
Where it's at.
What can we do? Yeah, I think it's over here. Okay.
A look back. Ooh.
I need to be real close because there's a lot of sand splash that lips over the line there. This is where Troy and Timmy need to have real good communication skills and maybe sell something that before the down ref gets down and goes over, you plant a seed. You plant a seed like, yeah, I saw it kick on the way out, but you guys check that ball mark. You know, you put something in his head so when he walks over, he has that in his mind.
I love it. Uh-oh. As they're changing the call.
Wait, what? After a double change call?
That was a double change. Yep.
The ball was out.
The nicest guy on tour is going to make his case.
Yes.
How did they?
You cannot do video review. No, not a video review.
I mean, from that
I'm not changing my call. I gave the wrong signal. I went there, the ball was out, I gave the wrong signal.
Troy, it's not worth it. Let's just go back and we'll have to do it ourselves. I think he came back and they probably had agreed that it was Austin's ball, but he forgot which way to signal.
And right back to play. That's how you want to respond.
Almost worked out better. Got Troy hyper-focused. Paul doesn't lie, as the crowd yells.
That's too easy. Oh, the back set winner.
Well, he built credit with those sets before that they didn't call, so he knew even if it wasn't absolutely perfect, which it was. I love it. Troy always giving the shout-outs.
He just threw up a big C. And that's to Casey Patterson in the booth as the sky ball comes the direction.
Double sky ball.
Okay, this is fantastic. You want to know how loud it is in here?
You can't even hear the whistle.
He can't even hear the whistle. It's match point. The slow clap.
Oh.
Oh, it is good. Oh, no, it's not. Dang it.
That
He
was
sent
absolutely
it so
perfect.
high it actually touched the ceiling.
It would have been clean. It dodged about 4 wires and it hit the light, but if it would have cleared that light, it would have been perfect.
No way. He just tried to call for the replay. I don't think that's how it
The
works.
crowd wants a replay.
And Paul Lotman's just going to give him one, too. How about a sky ball in the opposite way? Chest pass.
Chest pass, bump dig.
Billy Allen at the net. Oh, he almost goes 2 for 2 on the slapper, but the LA Launch pick up the men's match. Their chances remain.
Staying alive.
What a performance and what a match between the LA Launch and the Austin Aces. Both of them going to 3 sets, Casey.
Incredible. What they started out a high clip. Troy got 3 blocks within that first 6 points. Timmy converted off one. I mean, that's how you want to start every game to 15.
So the LA Launch have not been eliminated yet. The scenarios start to change. We probably dropped from 81 to about 60 at this point. But our next matchup is soon approaching as the Dallas Dream, the home team, will be taking on the San Diego Smash, who is on the outside looking in right now, 5 in terms of the standings. But Troy Field, I mean, this guy just played superbly, and against some tough odds, not feeling quite like himself.
That's what I'm saying. It either pulls that Jordan flu game out of you or you crumble, and you obviously can tell when you're a Troy Field who loves to entertain and there's a huge crowd. That was the best case scenario for him, having a lot of people here and getting rowdy. That's where he lives.
Miles Evans is ready to go in the next matchup, but how about we send it to Mark Sherman with the winners?
No. Wait, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Troy Field and Tim Bomgren staying alive. Had you lost that match, the LA Launch would not be eligible for the championships, but you're alive. How did you find the gumption in set number 2 to make that comeback when you needed to, Troy?
Really Tim's leadership out there. And I'm serious. I didn't play well. You guys know that watching, and I know that playing. But Tim kept being encouraging, give me little points to kind of get my chin up, look at you guys, feed off of your energy. So that win goes to Tim and our girls over there. They relentlessly cheered for us, so shout out LA Launch. That was a really cool win for the team. Happy we pulled it out.
You pulled it out, and yes, the positivity, the energy on your side, Tim, both you and Troy, is infectious. It makes everybody want to root for you, and now we get to root for you tomorrow. You still got a shot at making the championship. How you feeling, buddy?
Feeling great. First of all, I got to say hi to my kids, Brody, Bella, Brooks. Hi, guys. But yeah, thank you to the fans. This was really fun. It was nice to see, Troy he downplays himself a little bit, but he played very well, kind of got himself out of the little rut we were in the first game, and hats off to him. But, that's kind of the way TNT rolls is once we get that energy and the flow going and kind of earning some long points, the rest of it kind of falls into place. So once we found that groove, it felt a lot better.
It fell into place at just the right time. Tim, Troy, you're staying alive. We'll see you tomorrow as you look to make the championships. Give it up for Tim and Troy, everybody, in the LA Launch.
To his point, Troy Field, 16 kills on 24 attempts. He hit 458. He stepped up in a massive way. And defensively, the numbers amounted as well for Tim Bomgren. They are staying alive. Coming up next, the San Diego Smash and the Dallas Dream.